What's going on, guys? It's your boy CBS and we are back, and I want to start the video off by saying thank you for everybody that's new to my channel. I appreciate you guys coming by, hitting that subscribe button, supporting me in my dreams of making it here on YouTube. It means a lot to me, so thank you again. Shout out to my boy Zolo, my artist. He does all the artwork. He does my logos, my outro slates that you see on all my videos. He's the man, so if you haven't checked his channel out or his website out, it is in the link below. But with that being said, let's talk about the Destiny weekly update. Now, the first thing they talked about was some of the cheeses that they quote unquote eliminated from the CROTAS end raid. Even though you see, I don't know, I'm not going to mention the channel name, but the channel right off the bat, as soon as the update went out live, they already had a new cheese to glitch across the bridge. So if you haven't seen that, I will leave the link for that video in the description below. I was going to make it, but I don't like to, I guess you'd say, steal content. If I felt like I found it on my own, then I'll make a video on it. But if I feel like I know I watched somebody else do it on another channel, I'm not going to make a video of it. So I will give credit where credit's due, and I will leave the link for that video in the description below. But that being said, instead they fixed some of the cheeses. There's always going to be more, especially with the news that they announced today. And today's big news is they finally announced the official release date of Hard Mode Raid. So the CROTAS End Hard Mode Raid is ready, and it will be released on the January 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm an East Coast cat, so that means, what is that, 3 hours or 4 hours? 3 hours, so 7 o'clock a.m. my time. So I'm actually thinking I might take some time off work, try to be one of the first few, because Bungie mentioned in their patch updates that they're going to be watching to see who the first team to complete this is, and if depending on how well we do or how we do it, whether we cheese it or whether we do it legit, they might send out a whole plethora of Bungie goodies from the store to congratulate us, or not us, but whoever it is that beats the CROTAS hard raid in first. So that's something I might actually be interested in. My crew actually is really good at beating the raid. Whether we're cheesing it or not, we're actually really good at just communicating, which is surprising, especially coming from me, because I get angry quickly when I'm trying to complete the raid and people just aren't communicating or aren't doing things that I find simple. So I got to work on that. But I think our team can definitely beat it first. So I mean, obviously I'm gonna leave the full patch notes or the full updates in the description below, but it's pretty extensive. They talked about some of the things you can expect, but they also talked about a lot of things that they're not going to reveal. They're going to have to figure out on your own as far as the differences between normal raid and hard raid. And they went on to list all the loot for the potential hard raid. So I mean, a lot of the information for hard raid has already been out, but I'm going to cover some of it right now. So the first thing they're going to be covering is the weapons that you're going to be able to receive from the hard raid. Now, these are primary weapons only. So the first one that they got is the Abyss Defiant, and this is going to be an auto rifle that's got solar damage. It has a max attack damage of 331, and it looks pretty good. It's got a high rate of fire, low impact. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it does have an incredible reload speed. I don't know the perks of it, so whenever it is I finally get that weapon, maybe I'll do a review, or maybe I'll just discuss it briefly in a separate video. I'm not the biggest review guy, because reviews are so opinionated. It's hard to to take what I say as law or whatever you want to say. So I'm not the really biggest review guy. So this next weapon that I'm actually really excited about is the Fang of Ur-Yut. It's the arc damage scout rifle. Now, this weapon looks very similar to the Vision of Confluence that you got from the Vault of Glass, which is by far one of my favorite weapons in the game right now, if not my favorite game. So that could be a fantastic addition to my arsenal. I'm a big fan of scout rifles for PvP and PvE, and if I'm not using a scout rifle, 9 times out of 10 I'm normally using a pistol, so that works out for me. And speaking of pistols, the hard mode primary pistol that they're dropping doesn't look that good to me. It's called the Word of Crota, and the stats look about average. The impact looks low, the range looks weak, the reload slow, but it does look like they have a high rate of fire. So I mean, once I get it, I'll have to do like a comparison between this and like the Fatebringer, because the Fatebringer to me is like, I guess, the benchmark for beast primary pistols. So especially when you're considering you only get it from the hard mode raid. So if if this weapon is supposed to be the Vault of Glass hard mode equivalent, I feel like the stats should at least stack up very similar. But with it being void damage, I think that's going to be great, especially for people that are going to the Vault of Glass to get those version 2.0 exotics. If you didn't know, I'll leave a link for the update for that in the description below, right below that like button as well. And then the primary pulse rifle that they're going to be releasing is called the Oversoul Etiquette, and it's an arc damage pulse rifle. So both raids give you an arc damage pulse rifle. The rate of fire looks fantastic on this pulse rifle, so it actually might be a great pulse rifle. You know, the impact is weak as a pulse rifle, so it's not supposed to be high, but it does look like it have a high rate of fire, so it could be, I guess you say, a good contender or a good auto rifle replacement. So that's always good. And pulse rifles are supposed to hit harder, in my opinion, but they don't always, so it just depends on how you want it. So don't forget about the hard mode. Don't forget that hard mode is also going to be dropping the Crux of Crota. Now, if you guys don't know what the Crux of Crota is the final piece that you need to upgrade the Aedeon Ally legendary auto rifle. And the Aedeon Ally is the legendary auto rifle that you get from upgrading the common rifle Husk of the Pit that you receive from killing Blades of Crota. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube about it. I'll put a picture on the screen of the actual Husk of the Pit and the Crux and the Aedeon Ally. But the hard mode will be dropping the Crux of Crota, and that will allow you to upgrade your Aedeon Ally to the Necrochasm exotic auto rifle. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Necrochasm auto rifle stats, but I'm only going off stats. So I have, obviously nobody's used the weapon, so they don't know. But the rate of fire is maxed out, and the impact is pretty much non-existent. And I'm not the biggest fan of high rate of fire, low impact weapons. But for this current raid, it's very helpful. But other than that, I just don't find it very useful. So we'll see how it actually plays out and determine whether it's good or not. Leave your comments below. I love getting comments. I love interacting with you guys, so leave your comments below on anything I'm talking about, especially this Necrochasm. I want you to tell me below if you think it's going to be any good, because I personally do not. But being an exotic collector, I definitely will get it added to my arsenal, because you gotta have it. If you're an exotic collector, you gotta have the exotics. So they also released the Bane of the Dark Gods ship that you will be able to get from the hard mode only, and it looks just like the raid ship that you can get now, just a little bit bonier, I guess you'd say, but whatever. And I guess the big thing that everybody's going to be going for, besides the primary weapons, is going to be the hard mode exclusive shader, and it's going to be called the Glowho. And I guess obviously you want to be the first guy in the tower to show off that custom shader. So it better. I'm hoping it's epic, because I remember the first time I saw Chatter White, I was like, damn, that all white is fly, because white is my favorite color. But obviously, after a few weeks or a month or so, Chatter White got boring, because literally everyone was wearing Chatter White. So, with that being said, let's just do a quick review. January 21st, 10 p.m. Pacific time, the hard mode will be out. Bungie's going to be throwing out goodies for those teams that complete it first. So if you're a guy that wants to try that, by all means, take some time off work, get you and your crew together and knock it out. If you don't have a team, hit me up on Xbox Live, and maybe you can join our team and we can knock this out. They're going to be releasing all the primary weapons. I covered them before, and just rewind the video, but I'll discuss them again. The Abyss Defiant auto rifle, the Fang of Urut scout rifle, Oversoul Etiquette pulse rifle, Word of Crota hand cannon, and then of course the chance to upgrade your legendary auto rifle Aedeon Ally to the Necrochasm. So a lot of things coming from this hard mode release. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people have been waiting. So this will all be released on Tuesday the 20th, and it will be the 1.1.0.4 update. So be ready for that. Get your crew together. I am excited about hard mode. I've been waiting, I feel like, forever for hard mode, but I haven't really been waiting that long. It's just, me, I'm like a little kid when it comes to waiting for release dates. Like, if you know me before, I would get my games super early on Xbox 360, so I hate waiting. So with that being said, I literally talked this entire gameplay. It was a 31 kill gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, share it with your friends, let your friends know to get ready for this new raid, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.